Hey guys, welcome to this week's Patreon Q&A.
Thank you for the support. You've
This is
made
number
this
2.
video possible.
Yes, sorry we've been slacking a little bit, but it's
Been working so hard.
we're gonna get our crap together. But anyway, this one is supersized because we've got a lot of questions
We got
here.
a lot of questions.
These
and
are
it's
from
great.
our $5 or more patrons. If you guys want to be part of this, check out our Patreon link in the info box below.
You guys are 5 rockers and above.
Let's get started. So, we've got some questions here from Kenny D.
All right.
First, we have a big one. Back in like 2000, when Survivor and Big Brother and all those reality shows started popping up, did we ever envision how big reality TV would become?
I had a feeling that it would really become something because I was fascinated by it. I believe Survivor came out first, and then Big Brother a few months after, and I just could not get enough of it. I couldn't wait for the next season after the first season was over, as crappy as the first season of Big Brother was.
It was just
couldn't
so
wait
different.
for it to come back. Yeah.
It was so different. And then outside of the competition shows, you got stuff like Real Housewives and like all those crappy Kardashian ones, and like all those things are just everywhere now. I feel like there's more reality TV than actual like comedies and dramas.
It
and all
all
that stuff.
really started with like Candid Camera. I mean
America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, well, that was later on. That was like
Yeah.
the 80s. But Candid Camera, when I was a kid, I loved Alan Funt, and I would be like, oh, when is the special going to be on? I want to see how these idiots are doing, you know. Hidden Camera, and he was, oh, hello, how are you?
Well, if you think about it, even before Survivor and stuff, you had Real World. That was on for a long time.
I loved Real World and Road Rules. Daddy and I would watch Real World and Road Rules together, and we thought it was great, and I just couldn't get enough of it. So I kind of had a feeling that it was going to be huge because I really liked it.
All right, well, the second part of that, did we think that YouTube would become so popular for people looking for more of that reality experience with like recaps and like discussions about shows and stuff like that?
That I'm going to have to say we had hoped what we were doing in the beginning would catch on.
I mean, we're still not there yet,
No.
for sure, but I think
No.
there are some people who are, and they do it really well.
They do.
I think there is a market for that.
I think so. But
People love to talk about TV.
yeah. And YouTube is just one piece to the
Platform.
puzzle. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question. This one's for me.
Okay.
Is there anyone from this season's Big Brother Canada or last season Big Brother 17 from that cast who's playing the sort of game that I would play? Honestly, when the shows are over, I like forget everything about it. Not everything, but like I don't remember all the specifics like some of you guys do. Who was even on last season?
I would summarize this by saying I think you would be a Netta.
Yeah, I was gonna say Netta too, but she wasn't on this season.
No.
So I would definitely, I don't know who this would line up with, but I think it would be sort of like Netta. I would just lay low for like the first half or so, do like absolutely nothing.
The women on this season of Big Brother Canada are crappy. I mean, they're not
very
good
catty.
players. Yeah.
I would not be a caddy player. And
last season of BB17, I don't know who you'd be.
I don't know. But then, as I was saying, lay low for the first half, then the second half you gotta build up your resume, make some big moves, don't be afraid to do it, whatever. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Okay, next question. I
If
think
you
this is
were-
for both of us.
Okay. If you were on Big Brother 18, which is the season coming up, and told you could win $1 million for emulating
Dollars.
obviously, for emulating one of these winners' gameplay, which would you choose?
Okay, here are the choices. Dr. Will, so that means like using charm and arrogance, blah, blah, blah. B, Evil Dick, being an evil dick.
That would never happen. I'll just lay that out there. I would never play like him.
C, Dan Giesling, use your mist powers.
Possibly.
And D, Derek from Big Brother 16.
I would like to think that I was Dr. Will.
You think so?
I would like to think that I could pull that off.
Could you?
But I don't think I could. Because he is just so unique and charming, and he's not afraid to take a risk. I think I'd be a little bit, I don't know if I could do that. I'd probably be a Dan.
I would 100% say that I would go for the Dan Giesling strategy.
Yeah.
Just have your own funeral, turn things around like that.
I mean, back in the day, people used to call me the manipulating bitch before you were even a twinkle.
Okay. And last but not least for Kenny D. Did you have anything else you wanted to say there?
No.
Okay. He wants to know, is there anything possible in the world that could be done to get you to explain that, like, Vanessa...
My Vanessa...
from last season was, like, the best player of all time?
Let's just say this. Before Vanessa came along, everybody was like, oh, Derek is the best player of all time, besides, like, Dr. Will. If they had been put in a house with super fans or people who weren't recruits, I don't know that we would be saying that they were at the top of their game. Because they were dealing with idiots. Idiots.
You do have a point there. I don't know. I think Vanessa did play a very good game. The thing that really rubbed me the wrong way about her was just that she wouldn't own it in the diary room. Like,
yeah.
I don't care if you're lying to everybody, whatever, but own up to it in the diary room. That's all I gotta say. All right. Let's talk about Lisa Lunetta's questions.
Okay. First question. What are Mark and I's educational background? We both have gone to college. We both have not finished college. We both left college and went to electronics technical school. We completed that. We both had jobs in electronics. Mark continues to have a job in electronics. And I am a stay-at-home worker now.
Stay-at-home worker bee.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Have you been working on the cookbook?
I have been working on recipes for the cookbook. We haven't actually worked on the layout and such.
We're in
for
like the compiling stage right now. We're trying to pick out which recipes are really going to work together in this book and
right.
figure out what's going to be in there.
We were going to do a cookbook that would be like an adaptable type cookbook for everybody in the family, and I know from looking on Amazon, I think somebody is coming out with that this summer or this fall, so it kind of put me off to that because I didn't want to be a Johnny-come-lately on that and everybody, oh, you copied them? No, I had this idea a year ago. But now I'm thinking what the premise for the cookbook will be is vegan stuff we actually eat. So like all of the recipes and foods and stuff that you see on the vlogs are going to be in the cookbook.
So these aren't like reach meals. These are like things that we eat every day.
Right. So, because my problem is when you buy an expensive cookbook, it's like maybe you cook like 5 to 10 recipes out of the cookbook and then the rest are like, I'm never going to make that.
Yeah.
But this is all winners, all stuff that we eat all the time.
Okay. Next question. Will we ever have a meet and greet? I would love to have a meet and greet.
I would love to have a meet and greet.
My
yes.
fear in having a meet and greet is that no one would show up.
That is my fear as well.
That would be so embarrassing.
I think we're going to actually try and go to like the next VidCon type situation when it comes to New York.
Something like that.
Hopefully, it won't be a total loss if no one comes to meet and greet us. We can like be there for the convention.
Yeah, we would love to meet you guys.
Yeah.
We'd love to put some faces to the names. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Next question. Do I have any plans to continue my education? I would love to continue my education, but I feel like what I'm doing right now, it's more important to get real world experience. I would just be racking up more loans if I go for a master's right now, but I would be open to it in the future. I just feel like for what I do, I don't really need it. So as much as I want more degrees, and I'm not even kidding, I am so jealous of my friends who are still in school. I don't think it's really in the cards for me right now, but you never know.
I would love to continue my education. The only thing I would consider doing though is going the way of more nutrition type education. Okay. But I don't think I would ever complete that degree because it's like very intense. But I would like to learn more about nutrition.
All right, fair enough. Okay, next question. How did I become a dance instructor? Well, I actually just started out doing choreography for one of my old teachers. She wanted to do this dance with her husband, and then she was like, hey, you should teach this. And I was like, okay. So it was like that.
Yeah.
I'm teaching at the old studio where I danced in high school.
Well, I mean, it's not like you hadn't taken tons and tons of lessons yourself.
Oh, no, I just
Yeah.
mean that's how I got started teaching.
Okay.
But also, I did teach a bit in school because the way our ballroom club worked, like, the older members or the more experienced members taught the beginners and blah, blah, blah. So that's where I really started out.
Okay. What are your future dream plans? I'm assuming for the
This
channels.
is for both of us.
Yeah.
Just in general, I think.
I would just like to make this work.
I would like this to be a
Career.
profitable, sustainable career, for sure.
I don't know how that will evolve. We're trying to let it evolve and let it lead us to where it will lead us. We're not really taking any like proactive action. It's just like
What do you mean?
we don't have a set list. You know, like we're gonna do this, 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 and this.
The goal is to make money and have fun doing it.
Well, yeah, and it's difficult for me to make money because I have Sean as a responsibility. So I'm limited in that way. You're not limited, but I am. So it's kind of tricky.
Okay. Anyway, we could talk about that all day.
I know.
But next up, we have some questions from Cali Foster. First up, what made us want to start doing YouTube videos and recaps?
YouTube was about a year old when I discovered it. I'm always a
You
day
discovered
when I discovered it for myself. And I was fascinated by YouTube, and I thought it was cool that it was a real sharing thing where everybody could put up their videos and you could watch other people, and I just thought it was great. And it actually started out as a way to get you ready for college.
Yeah. I wanted to have some sort of extracurricular that was a little bit out there, but also would help me be more comfortable with editing, being in front of a camera.
You originally were going to go to college to be a filmmaker.
Right. And then I was like, no.
Right. So then you decided, well, I could go into journalism. And we thought, well, we could report on something that we know a lot about,
Which is TV.
which is TV. So that's how we started doing. They really were just chats back in the day, because we really were kind of biased in our reporting.
100%. I was
Yeah.
not trying to be unbiased.
Right.
No.
So they're not really a true recap. It's more of a.
Even recaps have, oh, no. Recaps have opinions in them, for sure.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's how we got started in that.
Yes. All right. This is a Big Brother question. If we were in the secret suite for a week, would you be able to handle it, or would you lose your mind? I don't think she means necessarily us together, but like if you were in the secret suite.
I think I'd really enjoy it.
Honestly, I think I would definitely be able to handle it. I spend
Yeah.
sometimes, I'm gonna be real right now, sometimes I don't leave this house for like 5 or 6 days in a row. I'm not kidding.
I wouldn't lose my mind. I think I'd really enjoy the peace and quiet.
Usually towards the end of it, I do feel a little bit like I'm gonna crack, but I think I would survive.
What's your favorite Jamae quote?
There's so many, but I think one of my favorite ones is, I will have no hesitation in smashing your
Exactly.
doll's cupboard with a hammer. What do you got?
That's mine as well.
Also, in a few years' time, I'm gonna be out of your life. I'm not even gonna invite you to my wedding. There's so many, though. I love that show so much.
Stop trying to cash in on my African. I like that one too.
Back to Big Brother. Who do we want to come back from the secret suite? First, we'll answer that.
Levita.
Okay. I think she would cause the most chaos, so I
Yes.
want to see that. And if Levita does come back, what is her best strategy to stay in the game, at least until jury?
She needs to not make a deal with Jared.
You know, she was talking about protecting Jared and stuff, but I feel like it's a really bad move for her to go in there and try to work with someone that she wasn't already working with,
Exactly.
because then
She needs to just lay it on the line and work with Joel
you're late
and
to the
Mitch.
game, so stick with your people that you were originally with, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
That's what I feel.
I agree. 100%.
Okay, because you're always going to have that, like, oh, we were enemies before thing.
And you could flip on a dime.
All right, so thank you for your questions. And now we have Catherine B.
Catherine B.
All right, she wants to know from each of us, what is one trait that you inherited from your mom and one from your dad?
Why don't you go first?
Sure. Okay, one trait from dad, I would definitely say my, sense of humor. I think we have very similar senses
Absolutely.
of humor. Kind of like that dry, witty thing. Okay. And one from mom. I don't know if you're going to like this.
Okay, well, it's all right.
I would say my stubbornness.
Okay. Okay, that's better than I thought you were going to say.
What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, I am incredibly stubborn, and so is mom. So I think that's definitely from her.
Okay, so one from my dad would be my love of feeding people. I just love cooking. That is my one passion in life that I'm so passionate about. I love taking basic things and making them into gourmet meals that people enjoy. My greatest love in life is
The greatest love of all?
is to see people
Is
enjoy
to watch people
my food.
enjoy?
It's so cliche, but it's so true.
Okay.
Nothing makes me happier than you saying, "Oh, damn, Mom, this
Damn,
is
those
right."
tacos!
Yeah.
Which we're having for lunch.
Okay.
Okay, and one thing from Granny.
Unfortunately, my critical eye.
Yes.
I absolutely
Yes.
hate that I am so critical. It's just, it's
help
unstoppable. It's unstoppable.
Granny said, "Daughter, take this. Put it in your eyes."
Oh my God, I
accurate.
apologize to everyone that I've criticized over the years.
All right. So, we've got a Big Brother question.
Okay.
What are our favorite competitions so far from the season? HOH, POV, have-nots.
I really liked the, oh God, now I can't think.
I really liked the Make-Out HOH competition.
That was really good.
Because it was just hilarious.
I thought the Divergent one was pretty good
That one's
too.
fun. Yeah, that one's
That was
always
a
good
lot of
when there's
fun.
like an obstacle course.
I don't really like the ones where they just ask questions. To me, it's kind of boring. Or the ones where they just throw like the ball in like the Plinko
chance
thing.
ones.
I like some real costumes and premise
You like a
behind
little
it,
production
and-
value.
Yeah, I really do. I love that.
All right. And which challenge from the season do we think we would have excelled in?
I definitely would have done really well getting the ball in the Plinko hole there.
Oh, yeah?
I'm all about the angles.
I think I probably would have done well in, like, the question ones.
Probably.
You know, I'm not very good.
I'm not physically
I
great.
feel like I'm pretty physically fit, but I don't know. Seems tough. Maybe I would have been good at that balancing HOH too, that first HOH. The
I would not
endurance
have
one.
been good at that.
I got pretty good balance.
I would like to see Big Brother Canada have like a OTEV one.
Yeah.
Or like a Zingbot. Like,
Zingbot.
could Zingbot please visit Big Brother Canada? That
I
would be
feel
such
like-
a great thing.
Big Brother Canada would be totally into that, but Big Brother US would be like, no, we're not doing that.
You can't have that. Your house is better.
All right. So thank you guys so much for all the questions.
Great questions, by the way.
Yes, wonderful
nice.
questions. So we're going to try to do this again on a more regular basis.
Right.
We're going to try.
Thanks for your support, guys. It means the world to us. And until next time,
Much love.
Edit.